The climate of attitudes around higher education are shifting and have shifted significantly.
There's huge ideas out there that we need to be able to come into with grace and with generosity and with understanding. And a place like Gonzaga and a campaign like Gonzaga Will is exactly the place that cross-disciplinary engagement happens.
You can't solve any problem solely with one discipline. And as we're understanding more about science and we're understanding more about economics and sociology, we're understanding that these influences cross naturally. We may just be observing them for the first time.
Many of the students that I've worked with have a wonderful sense of curiosity. And of course, every teacher shoots for that moment where the light goes off in their head and they're looking for a kind of connection and opening up students' minds.
Our emphasis on academic innovation is really almost a next generation evolution of what Gonzaga's done really well over a long period of time. And that is to begin by preparing people well with a solid core set of competencies, and certainly to introduce them to professional fields and skills and characteristics that are going to be necessary for success.
We exist to help the world become a better place, to create men and women who understand how to work in a team, how to tackle the biggest issues that face society today.
No one works in isolation anymore. We're all in this together, whether you want to be an engineer, you want to be a nurse, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a lawyer, that we all need to work together collaboratively. And how can we do that smarter, not harder?
We tried to articulate the real purpose and the outcomes of the course in a way that's going to help us communicate better to more people what the real treasure of Jesuit higher education at Gonzaga is.
We have to engage with the world where we are needed, and there's no question that we need to train students in the fields of the science, technology, engineering, and math.
And that involves not just changes in existing courses and programs that are being offered, but also the creation of new programs. And as a result, we need those resources.
We are bursting at the seams in our nursing programs and in our human physiology programs as well. We have about 800 students in our master's and doctoral programs combined.
We're producing engineers that help contribute to the infrastructure that's failing. We need to help improve with respect to resources, and that to continue to provide an effective environment for which they can learn.
The Institute for Law Teaching is always on the cusp of trying to develop innovations and thinking about our teaching and thinking about how we can do that better and how we can serve our students. That's academic innovation.
Academic support is vital because it's what allows students to have that high-level, rigorous experience in the classroom that then they can apply in their lives outside the classroom.
When I came here, I could study economics, but then also do a sociology major and have that sort of math analytical side, but then also consider what it means for society and the implications between the two.
When you can connect two subjects that don't seem like they would fit with each other, and then it's the answer to almost anything.
Financial support for academic programs is really the lifeblood of what we do here.
There is more competition out there, so we need to make sure that Gonzaga and the students who leave Gonzaga have that competitive edge.
It's about forming persons who can have a really positive transformational impact on the larger world.
The core is built around the questions that are the questions Jesuit education asks.
Zags are problem solvers, and we understand that we need different perspectives, different gifts, different academic disciplines to come together to solve those problems.
These kids will change the world, you know, and we get this opportunity to be with them, to work with them, to let them thrive, find their passion as they move out.
Gonzaga, in its initiative, is really mirroring what is happening and wanting to position itself ever more effectively to prepare students to be able to adapt and innovate and create regardless of where they find themselves, because they will find themselves someplace different than they did when they started out.
I will bring to my students and my advisees the best, most rewarding educational experience.
Teach them all my heart.
I will believe in the power of my students to change the world.